I was supposed to speak on one topic, but I felt that today, since this is a very landmark occasion, that we have got a new temple for Gaurnitai, which is much better facility for them in terms of their service and also preaching. So therefore, I thought I'll speak something in relation to that, right? In which will the theme which will gel with our celebrations today. Yes, it's a great celebration actually. So we will chant the invocation prayers together. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Tapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamsya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्नति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Today, along with the Krishna Chandra Prabhu from Auckland, another devotee Dwarkanath Prabhu, we drove from Auckland to Wellington. And on the way we were hearing the Nrisimha Kavach by His Holiness Vedpurya Swami Maharaj. He has beautifully sung that, and recited and sung. So by his mercy, because we heard that Nrisimha Kavach chanted by him, we could safely reach. I mean, there were many road closures actually because of the recent storm, this and that. Till yesterday evening, there were D route and all that would take 2-3 hours extra. But today all the routes opened up. Right? So actually, I thought I'll speak on something about surrendering to Krishna, which amazing things can happen when we take shelter of the Lord, when we surrender to Him. So, yeah, so this is also, like as Amrish Maharaj Prabhu described, we all, this is too filled. Okay, fine, let it be. But yeah, amazing things can happen. And when we take shelter of the Lord and we surrender to Him. So therefore I thought I'll speak on this topic. It will be very relevant to us. So as I said, first of all, I take shelter of the lotus feet of Shri Radha Shyam Sundar. I have their magnetic photos which you gave last time in my room. I daily take their darshan. One reason I was thinking is probably they wanted to show me mercy and brought me here. So, and of course, take shelter of lotus feet of Gaurnitai, Srila Prabhupada, His Holiness Vedpurya Swami Maharaj, who is one of my foremost Shiksha Gurus in the formative years, in the very beginning of my spiritual life, I had his very rich association for 3 days, morning till night. We were in a camp, youth camp, organized by ISKCON Chandigarh, 1999. And 3 days we stayed in the same bungalow. Maharaj had one room, we were in the hall. And then we interacted morning till evening. We would ask him so many questions. Also very casually interact with him also, you know. There was no like, he didn't keep any awe and reverence actually. We felt so much, such a senior spiritual leader, but he was so approachable and so loving that it had a deep impression on my heart. So to express my gratitude to him, so offering obeisance at the lotus feet, and all this has been also possible actually by his mercy. What has been achieved, so we remember him, express our gratitude at his lotus feet. So taking shelter of their lordships and their dedicated pure devotees, I'll speak something on this topic of the power of surrender. Power of surrender. I remember we were doing Harinam Sankirtan in Mumbai. There is the August Kranti Maidan. It is one of the very landmark Maidan for freedom fight. There was a huge Kranti, or the revolution, which started from there. So there was a municipal school run by the Municipal Corporation of Mumbai. There was a school, so we were all chanting like this and Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and one school student came up to me and he said, have you all been punished? Now, in the school that time, I'm talking of 2 decades back, the children would be punished. When they would be punished, they would be naughty. The teacher would ask them to raise hands and stand. So that is the context. So New Zealand, that may not happen at all. So the younger generation may not know the context, so I'm explaining the context. That used to be one of the punishments the teachers would give. Raise your hand and stand behind. Okay? So he saw this, all this, you know, people are having hands raised and walking. Maybe someone has punished them. So he said, have you all been punished? You all have raised hand and walking. So I understood and I said, no, we are trying to surrender to God. And if you don't do that, then we shall be punished. But if we surrender to Him, that He actually rewards the surrender. So yeah, this is a Krishna also says one of the charam shloka. Charam means one of the concluding instruction of Krishna is, let's recite together. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja ham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshishyami ma suchaha. Right? So the Lord also says, surrender to me. Give him all kind of religions, he says. You know, it's not, he doesn't say give up all irreligion and surrender to me. Sarva dharman parityajya, give up all dharmas. Not a dharma. Of course, the dharma is to be given up, no doubt. But even those ordinary dharmas, which may become an obstacle to devotional service. There are many worldly dharmas we have, so on and so forth, which may impede our surrender to Krishna. So all those are to also be given up. And Krishna says, take shelter of me. So, okay, so I would like to hear from some of you the word surrender. Can you define the word surrender in one small phrase, either one word or a small phrase? When we say surrender, what does that mean? A line or a phrase? Yes, Pundrikaksh Prabhu?
Accepting the instructions.
Accepting instructions. Whose instructions?
Spiritual master.
Okay, spiritual master, Krishna's instruction. Accepting Krishna's or spiritual master instruction. Fine. Yes, Anang Manjari Devi.
Submitting to the will of the Lord.
Submitting to the will of the Lord. Okay, good. Yes. You submit to the Lord's will. Yes, Prabhu, remind me your name. Bharadwaj Rishi Prabhu. You also doing the media during the DCC. I remember, yes. You are continuing that service. Yeah, you are surrendered to the media service.
He's the best.
Yes,
The media
yes.
service.
Okay, yes, Prabhu.
So, Prabhuji,
One word or a phrase?
yes,
No explanation. Huh?
I forgot.
Okay. Yes, you have time. We'll get back to you. We'll get back to you. Yes, Kirti. Nice. Kids
It's like giving up,
giving up.
like you give like giving everything.
Okay, yeah, giving up also in terms of just like Draupadi gave up her efforts and finally surrendered to Krishna. She understood that my efforts I can't save me by my efforts. Giving up, and what else did you say?
Like giving, like giving, like
Giving everything.
giving up.
Oh, giving everything. Okay, surrendering, giving everything, or giving up our own efforts, and so on and so forth. Okay, giving everything, surrendering everything to Krishna. Good. What's your name? Samanvita. Okay, Samanvita. Thank you for that nice answer. Okay, yes, like to hear from other. Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Full dependence.
Full dependence. Okay, good. Full dependence, surrender, that we depend on Krishna. Yes. Okay, here there is a one hand raise. Our younger generation. Oh, you're going to say the same? Full dependence? Okay, okay, good. Good. Yes, Sudharma Mataji, right? Yes.
Giving oneself totally to Krishna.
Okay, giving oneself totally to Krishna. Good. Yes, Prabhu.
Expressing love.
Expressing love. Surrender means to express love. Fine. And how do we express love? By surrendering. Yes, okay, fine. Yeah, good, good. Yes, Kirtivan Prabhu.
Having faith that it would work out.
Having faith
That it would work out.
that it would work out. Having faith. Okay, good. Having faith that it will work out. Nice. We will. Yes, Prabhu. Sudharma Prabhu.
Mind, word, and intelligence.
Mind, word, and intelligence. We surrender by mind, words, intelligence, even body. Body, mind, word, intelligence. We surrender to Krishna. Right? Okay, fine. That's also good. Yes, Bharadwaj Rishi Prabhu.
Make sure that every activity that we do is to please Krishna.
Okay, yeah. Everything we do it for the pleasure of Krishna. Fine. Okay, yes, we got many good answers. Thank you. Okay, last one. Oh, nothing is mine. Nothing is mine. Everything belongs to Krishna. Therefore, we can use it in the service. Okay, good. So we had such nice answers from all of you. Okay, now how does Lord Ram defines surrender? Anyone remembers the phrase where Lord Ram says, he speaks a verse of surrender, that if you surrender to me by saying, there's a phrase,
I am yours.
I am yours. I am yours. So surrender means I am yours. I am yours. So Sakrid eva prapannoyam, prapanna is words surrender. To asmi iti yachate. Oh Lord, I am yours. To asmi iti yachate. Then the Lord says, Abhayam sarvada tasmai dadami etat vratam mama. So if anyone surrenders to me by once saying, I am yours, then I give that person abhayadan, fearlessness, for all time to come, for eternity. I will accept their surrender. I will give that person protection for all eternity. Just imagine, there was an advertisement by Life Insurance Corporation. It's an insurance company in India. They had a small sapling. They said, you water this sapling only once, and then it will give you fruits throughout the life. Just imagine, like, you water only once, or kind of, if you have a kind of a policy where you make a deposit once, and said you will reap the benefit throughout your life, for eternity. Now, no one lives here for eternity, but the law actually, though the surrender is a journey. No, no, no. We say, like someone we see in the movies also. The police may tell the criminal surrender, right, on gunpoint, and then the person raises a hand, the surrender. Just like a one-time activity, surrender. One could think of surrender as one-time activity, but actually surrender is a journey. Therefore, the word used is sharanagati for surrender. Another word. Gati means it's a journey. And it's a journey that means we start the surrender and we increase it. So it's a journey. But the Lord is so kind, He says, if anyone surrender to me even once, sakrit, even once with sincerity, anyone who surrenders to me, I will give that person protection for rest of eternity. Just imagine, what's the Lord's promise? And there are so many actually examples of that. They were devotees who surrendered to Prabhupada, they served him with all their heart. But after a short time, you know, they got distracted and they deviated from the path. I will not use the word fall down, because from bhakti actually there is no fall down. Because Krishna, because there's anyone who surrenders, there is eternal protection. So therefore there is no fall down. So when we use the word fall down, it is just that for the time being, a person has got distracted. No fall down in one sense. Kamanashvasti pratyavayo na vidyate. And also in 11th canto it said, Dhavan nimilyavan nitri na skhled na patediha. In the path of bhakti one will not fall down. There is protection. Whatever advancement one has made, that is there. One may distract, it may take a long time for a person to come back, but actually, on absolute platform, there is no fall down. So, therefore, there have been many devotees who surrendered to Prabhupada and served him in good faith, but they later got distracted and deviated from the path. But because they surrendered once and there is protection, many of them came back. Many of them came back. There was one person, his name... Okay, before I ask, how many of you know who is the architect or designer, both architect and designer, for ISKCON Vrindavan, ISKCON Juhu, Prabhupada Pushpa Samadhi? There is one disciple of Prabhupada who has designed these three projects and executed. Now just see ISKCON Mayapur Pushpa Samadhi, Prabhupada's Pushpa Samadhi, such a beautiful monument, right? And Vrindavan, if you see also all the Vrindavan interiors, and Juhu, even today the architecture students, after 50 years, they come and study the Juhu's architecture. So all that has been designed by one particular devotee. Any guesses? If you have read Lilamrit, if you remember. Okay, maybe if you read Lilamrit, you'll get to know. His name was Surabhi Prabhu. Surabhi Prabhu. So I was wondering that how come, a Prabhu has the name Surabhi, which is a, female name. The name of a cow. So some lady should have been given the name Surabhi. How could? But later I found out his full name was Surabhi Abhipalayantam. One who tends the Surabhi, but we only sometimes pronounce the first name. Yes, so therefore he actually designed all this, and somehow unfortunately he left the movement and went away for a long time. But when Vrindavan was celebrating 40th anniversary of ISKCON Vrindavan, which was 2014 or 15, almost 2015 I guess, 2015, ISKCON Vrindavan was celebrating his 40th anniversary of opening. They reached out to devotees who contributed, and he was the main, somehow they found out and messaged him, and he had contracted cancer and he was not in a position to travel. But when he got that invite letter, he was so enlivened. He so much wanted to come that one non-devotee Japanese lady, she saw that that hearing of Vrindavan has given him life. This invite letter has given him life. She took on herself to bring him to Vrindavan. Right? And she had to do a lot of work. I mean, it was not easy to get him. Not easy. It was very difficult. But she took it upon and she got him to Vrindavan. And then, he was so enlivened, and then he wanted to serve Prabhupada once again, whatever time he had. and so on and so forth. Once again got connected and then stayed in Vrindavan and left from Vrindavan. That is how, anyone who even surrender once to Guru and Krishna, there is eternal protection. Just imagine, one sincere surrender, Krishna grants eternal protection for all time to come. Abhyam sarvada tasmai. A person will not be lost in this world. I'll bring him back even if he is distracted. So that is the that is the power of surrender. I narrate one story narrated by Radhanath Swami Maharaj. Personally, he was bringing the deities from Columbus to Bhakti Center, Manhattan, right? Columbus to this is Manhattan in New York. He drove the deities. They were to be installed over here. The other center was closing, and this new had opened up. So he brought the deities, and he also the deities were in the back safely, and he just kind of dozed off. I will knock the door at 4 a.m. not to disturb the devotees. In the middle of the night, as soon as he kind of dozed off, some hoodlums, they wanted to break the car. He could hear the sound of someone is trying to break open the door of the wagon which he drove himself. And he realized that what may happen is now they may just everything, they may hurt the deities, they may kill me and all that. So he became very concerned about the safety of the Lord, what's going to happen. He suddenly remembered a bhajan of Sharanagati by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Just like he took shelter of the Lord within his heart, and he suddenly remembered the words of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who says, Sarvasva tomar charane sampiya porichi tomar ghare tumi to Thakur tomara kukur boli hajana ho more. He said, I surrender everything to you. I have, like some of you said, everything for the Lord, surrender everything. And I remain your faithful servant. I remain your faithful dog, because faithful service is compared to that of dog. Dog is considered a faithful servant. So he remembered that bhajan and started barking like a dog. Maharaj can imitate the sounds of animals. He's learned that. So he loudly started barking like a dog, remembering that you are my Thakur, I am a kukur, I am a dog. And when there were curtains on all the glasses, so it was all closed. His van was all closed, wagon was all closed. When he started barking like a dog, this hoodlum, they said, there is a vicious dog inside, and they all ran away. They all ran away, right? So again, surrender to Krishna, those words of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that I am your dog, I am your faithful servant, saved the situation. So many amazing things can take place. I am I'm Krishna, I am yours. This is Lord Ram, how he defines surrender. So when we become Lord's, many great things can take place. Okay, so one thing is I am yours and I am a servant. Now as I said, Sharanagati, surrender is a journey we have to progress. Another understanding of surrender is as expressed by our Acharyas and Prabhupada. I am your instrument. Can anyone recall where did Prabhupada express that? Yes, Brother Rishi Prabhu.
When he actually approached the Boston, he said like, I'm in a puppet in your hand.
Yes, I'm a puppet in a hand. Right. So, could you recall the words?
I'm a puppet in your hand.
Yeah, his poem. Yes. Nachao Prabhu, nachao semate. Kashtera Putali. That time he gives the example of the Kashtera Putali means the puppet which is made of wood. Wood means they would be made of this bamboo structure and they would be light. So many of the children may not have seen the puppet show and all that. The puppet moves as per the string of the puppeteer. So that example was very common in Bengal. There were a famous puppet show. There would be, these dancing puppets which move to the strings which are tight, and the puppeteer moves the string, and the puppeteer hand is not visible. Only, so the hands are like hidden, and the puppet is visible, and they move the string, and the puppet dance. So it seems like the puppet is dancing on one's own, but it is the string being moved by the puppeteer. So that example Prabhupada has given, that make me your instrument, make me your, that may dance to your tune, that I may carry out your will. This is now, yeah. So basically what we all pray when we are talking of surrender, that I am yours, that may we become instrument in the hand of Krishna, and many great things may happen when we become instrument. But what does it mean? So all our acharyas express that surrender to Krishna, becoming instrument in the hand. So we will see what does it means to be a instrument in the hand of Krishna. We will do that with the example of a bat rather than the doll, the more relatable in today's context. Like a bat is an instrument, right, in the hand of the player. Now just imagine if the player, okay, maybe the kids who tell me the name of your favorite cricket player. Any one of you? Any favorite cricket player? Any name? No? Feeling shy? You don't like to watch cricket here? No? Huh? Virat Kohli. Okay. Finally, someone has opened up. Okay. So just imagine that Virat Kohli has a bat in his hand, which is like an instrument. He wants to move it towards the off, but the bat wants to move towards the leg. Just imagine, there will be contradiction, right? So therefore, the first quality of the instrument is flexibility. Flexibility. It's not easy to be flexible to the will of Guru and Krishna. It's not easy. Now just to give an example, once Prabhupada was traveling on a train, the train was coming from Amritsar going to Bombay. Amritsar to Bombay train. I don't know. Anyway, city 1 to city 2. So in between it stopped at a point. And there was a half an hour stop. Half an hour train stop. That's happened only in India. It doesn't happen in New Zealand. The train stopping at half an hour at some station. So it stopped for half an hour, and one gentleman came to meet Prabhupada, have a meeting while the train is stopped. The whole meeting would take place. So he came to meet, and he came inside, and he said, "So Swamiji, I can support, if you can have some of your disciples preach in Delhi, then I'll support them." And it is described, he was actually a very miser person. How miser he was, you have seen the batteries which are used. You put in some toys and all those batteries. Like this also has a battery, the wall clock battery. Then when the battery would go off, he would not throw it away. He would keep it, thinking that one day it may come back to charge again. That's how miser he was, right? Somehow so he was not to support much actually, he just was talking, I will support the preaching and all that, but later came out he was not so supportive. But since he said that I'll support the preaching, can you have your disciples start preaching here in Delhi? Now, Yamuna Mataji and Guru Das were traveling, there was a group of devotees. Prabhupada told them, can you get down here? Just imagine this, the train had stopped, they have the luggage, everything, in between, can you get down here? And there is here one supporter who wants to start preaching in Delhi and start preaching here. Just imagine. And they got down. Just imagine the amount of flexibility needed. It's easier said than done, instrument in the hand. There's a lot of flexibility. So many of Prabhupada disciples, they, like His Holiness Samal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Prabhupada suddenly he was preaching in the US, very successful preaching. Go to China. Suddenly, it's not easy. It's not easy. But instrument means we may not have that kind of flexibility, but yes, at times, sometimes we think, I don't like to do this, I can't do this. At times, when some devotees request us, senior devotees, can you do this? Oh no, these I have this constraint, that constraint, and so on and so forth. We may not. Fine, we can express that, but still, if the devotee says, I think you can do it, or can you try? We can actually try to, try it, and amazing things can happen. There have been many, many cases where Prabhupada asked the devotees to do it, and they said, Prabhupada, we can't. Prabhupada said, you can learn it. And Prabhupada would tell them, you can learn it. And when they actually sincerely put their effort to learn it, they excelled in it. They excelled in it. It has happened. So we can actually do much beyond our capacity, because when we are flexible to the will of Guru and Krishna, they can empower us much beyond our capacity. Prabhupada asked one of his disciples, German disciple who didn't know English, to read all his books. And that time there were only English books. And he was shocked. He said, probably Prabhupada doesn't know that I do not know English. He again confirmed. Prabhupada again said, no, you read all my books that have been published. So he started reading his English books with English to German dictionary, word by word. Can you imagine? Word by word. And gradually he became so proficient that he would be able to proficiently speak and give lectures in English on Krishna consciousness all the way up to in Harvard University. Right? He could lecture in Harvard University later in English. He started by reading English with a dictionary, with Prabhupada books. So many amazing things can take place beyond our capacity when we understand that when we become instruments, right, exhibit the flexibility. So that is one, flexibility, the first quality of instrument. So the good instrument has three qualities, right? Surrender to Krishna, I am your instrument. You can use me for some service. Flexibility is one. Second, durability. Now just imagine now Virat Kohli is hitting 4 or 6, but what speed the ball is coming, and who is taking the hit? The bat is taking the hit. Right? Just imagine. And when the bat is hitting, the bat has to be very durable. Right? The bat has to be very durable. So the instrument means there will be many hits. It will not be easy. It will not be easy. Right? There will be challenges. There will be struggles. But then for instrument, a perseverance is required. Perseverance is required. It's not going to be easy. But then, if the instrument can tolerate, he will be part of the great victory. Part of the great victory. So as we see, as how Virat Kohli, when he raises his bat high, right, and so on and so forth. So that is the durability. And third thing becoming, so if we have a good instrument, we have to be more tolerant, patient, and so on and so forth, right? Third quality of instrument is the instrument doesn't claim the credit. Who gets the credit for hitting 4 or 6? Bat or Virat Kohli? What do you say? Who gets the credit? Who is praised? The bat is praised or Virat Kohli is praised? Kohli is praised. Right? Oh, okay, if the bat is auctioned, it will also go for a high value, no doubt. But people do not praise the bat. Do not know and glorify, oh, what a great bat who has hit the 4 or 6. The player is glorified. Similarly, but he may have the best bat, but if you see, even if the player is good, the bat is not so good, the instrument is not so good. Still the player can hit 4 and 6, even with the bad instrument. I've seen sometimes the instrument is broken, but the musician can bring out such great music even through broken instrument. So that means we may not be sometimes good instrument as such in our own capacity, but if we have the flexibility and we have the durability and the humility not to claim credit. The third quality of the instrument is humility. Humility means the instrument doesn't claim credit. As soon as we feel I am doing, we lose the mercy. As soon as we feel. So many devotees who go on distributing books, they have shared their experience. They could do 100 Mahabig books in a day. As soon as they felt, I am the doer, they would not be able to do even 10. Many book distributors have shared. So, as soon as we tend to take the credit, then actually we may lose the empowerment to do so. So, instrument means these three qualities. And if we, now, we may not be perfect, but if we inculcate, if we develop those three qualities, being a little more flexible than what we are now, being more tolerant in our service, because any service means there will be challenges, there will be difficulties. Any service. So we need to be more durable or tolerant. And the third quality is that of humility. Many great things may be accomplished, but we do not claim the credit. To whom do we give the credit? Guru and Krishna. We actually are in their hand, right? So therefore, this great landmark event, those who are just coming now, we have gotten here the key of the new land, new temple property. So all the credit goes to Gaur Nitai and Srila Gurudev. Right? All the credit goes to them actually. So that is the humility of the instrument, and the instrument is empowered even more and more if we have that humility. Okay, so now this is, I'm a servant, right? And second is I am an instrument, the surrender, and we just discussed about that. Yamuna Mataji has written a book. She has not written, but her diary has been published by Dinatarani Mataji in the book called Yamuna 1, Yamuna 2. She uses the term Krishna magic so many times, Krishna magic. That means if we can become good instruments, we will see many great magical things happening. We'll be able to witness Krishna magic if we can become instrument in the hands of Guru or Krishna. So that is Krishna magic. And we all can witness. When to the degree we surrender to the will of Guru and Krishna, to that degree we shall be able to witness Krishna's magic in our life. And the third aspect of surrender to Krishna is that I'll explain first with the example of a story. Then I'll quote that. The third point. So the third, there was a person. How many of you have seen a person walking on a tight rope? Okay, do we have the door open?
Yeah,
Okay, there's the door opened. So how many of us see someone walking on a tight rope, trying to balance? Actually seen, not on the screen.
Yes.
Okay, so many of you have seen. Any of the kids have seen someone walking on a tight rope, trying to balance. Okay, good. So there's a person now. There are always many people who tend to see that. There's a person who tied a tight rope between the two towers, several hundred meters. And he was walking on the tight rope. There were thousands and thousands of people holding their breath. Why? He had his son sitting on his shoulder. He's walking at several hundred feet between the two towers on a tight rope, balancing, while his son is holding on to him. He's sitting on the shoulder. Everyone is holding their breath. Just imagine. This is something which is which has not been seen by any of us or by many people. Now people are holding their breath and they're watching, and he is slowly from this tower to that tower, step by step. He finally reaches the other tower safely. And people there, they all clapped loudly. They started whistling. Many of them went and embraced him. They want to take a selfie with him. Right? So he actually became a celebrity. It was not easy. And especially with his son sitting on his shoulder. Then he asked a question to them. Said, do you believe that I can go back? They said, yes, 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 sure. Do you really trust? I can go back. We can bet on you. They said, we can bet on you. We fully trust you that you can also go back from this tower. He said, okay, can any of you have your child sitting on my shoulder? If you really trust. then they all were silent. They all were silent. So it is one thing to believe that I believe in God or have faith in God. But it's another level to have trust in God. It's a different level altogether. So therefore, most people in this world only believe in God. They do not have that trust, which is only a person who is surrendered to Krishna can have. So this child had trust in his father, that my father will protect me. Nothing will happen to me. And even in that dangerous condition, he had a trust. So therefore, this is one of the Sharanagati that we all, most of us, we are on that journey. We believe in God, but we may not really have trust. I remember there is one very senior Mataji devotee I met in one of the communities. What is the greatest pain for the parents, for a mother or a parent, to see their children leave from this world before them? It is one of the greatest pain actually. So she had lost her young daughter, unfortunately. And that shook her faith in Krishna. And then she shared, it took her 20 long years of sadhana, again chanting Hare Krishna, trying to practice Krishna consciousness, to come to the point where she could say, that is also Krishna's mercy. It's not easy. Trust means tattenu kampam, this is also your mercy. Of course, if we make some mistake, we learn our lesson. But nonetheless, this is also your mercy. So the trust in Krishna that whatever Krishna is taking us through, that is also His mercy. In American dollars, they write, in God we trust. But they actually only believe in God. That trust is not there. The trust is very deep. Actually, trust is very deep in God. So in God we trust. That is another very high level of surrender. So I'll give some examples. Dwarkavasis would often complain that Krishna is known as Dwarkadhish, but it's most of the time he's in Hastinapur. His name only is Dwarkadhish, he doesn't stay in Dwarka, he stays most of the time in Hastinapur. And Prabhupada explained, because the Pandavas were his pet devotees and they completely dependent on him. They completely trusted him. Just like the child is totally dependent and the child has full trust in the father or the mother. Similarly, they were totally dependent on him and they had complete trust in Krishna. Therefore, they went through such difficulties, so many life-threatening attacks in their life. We can't imagine. In the forest, Yudhishthir Maharaj once met a sage. And he asked the sage a question, is there anyone in the history of mankind who has suffered like us? Do you see, you are well read in all the scriptures. Do you see in the scripture there is any other example of people who have suffered more than us? So that was actually the kind of suffering Pandavas underwent. But see the level of their surrender, they had no complaints and no demands from Krishna. Krishna's own sister, his own sister Subhadra had only one son who also got killed. We never hear any complaints or demands from Krishna. No complaints, no demands. This is a high level of surrender and high level of trust in Krishna. Because of that, Krishna was always there with them. Therefore, when Krishna was about to leave, after the war was settled, Pandavas became the ruling monarch. Then Krishna was going. Therefore, Kunti Maharani prayed that she actually didn't pray for misery. Although externally she's saying that, she said that we always want you to be our side, don't go away. Only if it takes for the misery to be, for you to be with us, only if you will be only in the miserable time, let there be miserable times, so that you will be with us. Basically, what she's looking for, Krishna association. So the whole point is, those who are surrendered devotees, those who trust in God, they can experience God's presence all the time with them. So to the degree we have trust in God, we will see, or it is described that to the degree we leave things in the hands of Krishna, to that degree we can see Krishna's hand in everything. To the degree. Therefore, the trust in God is very deep level of surrender. See the Brajvasis, again, who are totally surrendered souls. They have been doing that yajna from generations, Indra yajna. And Krishna, who was a young boy at that time, he said, no, you should stop it. And they knew that it could be very risky, very dangerous to disturb the yajna of such a Maha Indra, one of the powerful devatas. And they had to bear the consequences. The greatest attack on Vrindavan, the greatest life-threatening attack on Vrindavan was not by any demon. It was by a devotee. Of course, not a pure devotee, a mixed devotee. Right? So, it was a bigger life-threatening attack on Vrindavan by Indra. And everyone was in so much danger actually. But they had complete trust in Krishna. They took that risk. It's not a small risk. So life-threatening attack. But then Krishna always saved them because they had trust. Krishna was always with them. So therefore, this is very high level of surrender, which is a journey, Sharanagati. We may not, it's a long journey for all of us to go, but at least we know there is something like that. There are devotees who have complete trust in Krishna. In every situation, they are surrendered to Him. And they will not complain, whatever come may, and they will not demand, but therefore Krishna is always with them. Krishna is always with them. So in this way, these are some of the points of surrender that we discussed today. Those surrender is a journey, but anyone who surrenders even once, Krishna grants eternal protection. There's the first level of surrender, and the power of surrender. See the reciprocation, power of surrender. Second is we become, so that is one who surrenders once by saying, I am yours. And when we can become instrument in the hand of Krishna, right? And Krishna can use us in so many amazing ways, we'll be surprised. We'll be surprised. Much beyond our capacity, just like an expert player can use a broken instrument. Krishna can use us much beyond our capacity to accomplish great things, which we will be witnessing. We'll have the fortune to witness those amazing miracles, Krishna magic, if we can become instrument in the hand of Krishna. But the instrument needs to be flexible, durable, and humble. Humble, not to claim credit. So these are the three qualities of instrument. And finally, so Krishna, I am yours. Krishna, I am your instrument. And Krishna, I trust you. There's a third. I trust you. So we need to have that. That is a leap of faith. Trust is a much greater leap of faith. Faith is one level, but trust is much higher level. That we trust Krishna. And then if we trust Him, we can see Krishna is there in every situation with us. We can feel His presence at every point in our life. He was always there with the Pandavas. He was always there with the Brajvasis. Even when we left, He was there. At Vrindavan, He was always there with them. Thus, that is. So these are some thoughts on the power of surrender, and I see many devotees here. Samrish Maharaj Prabhu, Anand Manjari Devi, they are trying to surrender to the will of Krishna by surrendering to the will of Srila Gurudev. Right? And a lot of progress is happening by that actually. As we try to surrender, there is a lot of empowerment. So a lot of Nice. I came 3 years back. A lot of many devotees, and now Gaurnitaya are unfolding their new plans, so on and so forth. So all that comes by surrendering to Krishna. All that comes by surrendering to Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. And one most important aspect of surrender is how we surrender daily to our initiation vows. We have taken initiation vows. Please remember that. We need to surrender daily to our initiation vows, whatever we have, and try to carry out them to the best of our ability. It is a fact that is very important. It's not one time that you have taken initiation, but daily we have to surrender to our initiation vows, the words which we have given to our spiritual master, and then we are making a steady progress on the path of surrender, Sharanagati. So that is one important actionable item for all of us. Hare Krishna. So thank you all very much for coming this evening. I'm very grateful to you. If some of you wants to share something, ask something, any questions, comments, concerns, most welcome. I am surrendered to you all. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Wonderful, wonderful way you have described it. So you've given us a mantra. First is flexibility, durability, and
humility.
So I can try to remember it.
Okay.
Krishna Prabhuji, could you please give us an example of an ideal surrender, looking at our lifestyle right now, like how we are entangled in our day-to-day things and family and work and all these things. So how does an ideal surrender look like? I have been always intrigued with this. If you could say something on that.
Okay, see, rather than talking about ideal surrender, we can always see we can make someone who is better than us as our ideal. Because you see, because then we have something to learn and go ahead. Right? So we have one ideal standard like standard of Prahlad and so on, the pure devotees in the scriptures. And if we compare those who are around us to them, we may think, no, they're not the ideal, they're not the ideal. But anyone who is better than us, anyone who is trying to serve better than us, chant better than us, right? and come to the association of devotees better than us. So therefore, read Prabhupada books or distribute Prabhupada books better than us. So we can see in the various services that we do. It's also chanting the holy name is Nam Seva. Right? So we have several services, chanting the holy names, Bhagavad Seva, Prasad Seva. Prasad Seva includes cooking and serving and honoring all. There's also Seva. So the life of devotees is that of actually service. That's our constitutional position. So in various services we see there are devotees who are doing much better than us. We make them as our ideal and try to, serve them, take their association, assist them, and we will grow in our life. So you will find such ideals in every devotee community. You have to look for them. You will find them.
Yeah, Prabhuji, that's marvelous. But we don't see them all the time. We can only see them when we don't know how does their surrender level or how do they act.
No, anyone who's doing better than you in terms of, if we are coming together, we see those who are devotees who are better situated than us, who have better understanding of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, who are better distributing books, distributing prasad, have enthusiasm to serve, they chant better than us, right? They are more serious chanters. They all can be our ideals. That is the point I am saying. So therefore we'll find among the association we have, we'll find many ideals. You have to look for them.
Oh, all of them are.
Yes. Yeah, that's the point I want to say, that many of the devotees, then of course then we may have, okay fine, we can consider all of them, but still whoever inspires us in any particular uh, anga of bhakti, any particular element of bhakti, right, which we feel inspired, we see that someone who's doing better, we associate with them, serve them, ask for their blessing, and make progress. They are our ideals. Fine.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you, Hare Krishna. Yes, Kirtivan Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji, for this nice class. The question I have is around trust.
Hmm.
So, when something goes right,
Hmm.
we always feel that the ego takes over and we feel that we've done it.
Okay,
Right?
yes, yes.
When something goes wrong,
Yeah,
because we can't see the future,
yeah,
we don't know how this is good for us, we feel then that Krishna hasn't looked after us at that time.
yeah.
So we don't give the credit when something goes right to Krishna. How can we then develop trust? What are the things we can do to be actually develop that trust and that faith?
One thing is, you said that when things go right, then we tend to take the credit, right? Okay, so then as soon as we take the credit, then Krishna humbles us. We lose the empowerment, we can no longer be, as long as the instrument, we can do great wonders. So then, of course, we come in the association of devotees, we remind each other that we are not the doers, and Krishna also will remind us. When he just holds back the empowerment, we will be reminded also. So in the association of devotees, that and hearing regularly, that will be a reminder for us, and then we again can be on the track. Fine. So what is the second part of the question you said?
So that is, how do we develop that? How do we develop that trust? Because when things go wrong,
Yeah,
because we can't see the future, we can't
yeah,
see the
yeah,
long-term benefit
yeah,
that Krishna might
yeah.
have in store. We find that.
Yes, yes. So yeah, so in that case again, when things go wrong in our life, we need to, especially when things go wrong, we need to have a devotee should respond at three levels simultaneously. One is practical. Something has gone wrong. Like we were trying to purchase a property through one mediator, and he kind of took all the money. The mediator kind of did us financial scam. So then we have to learn a practical lesson that we have to be very cautious, find out is this mediator genuine or not from some other people, have some references. So whenever things go wrong, first response of a devotee is, where did I made the mistake? Not that is Krishna's will. Okay, when things go wrong, a first response practical is, there is something which I have done wrong over here. There is some mistake of mine, or I would have done better. If not a mistake, I could have done something better. That is the first response. Anything goes wrong, practical. And Prabhupada wanted us to be practical also. So practical response. Second is, when things go wrong, we first of all look at ourselves. Second is, now what happens is we usually tend to blame others or the situation. When things go wrong, we may put the blame on someone else. This person is responsible, the situation is responsible. Bhagavatam and Prabhupada teaches us we have to take the responsibility on ourselves when things go wrong. One thing, I made a mistake. Even if I have not made a mistake, suppose I am walking on the footpath or somebody, someone comes and hits me, and I am not violating any of the rules. I'm walking on the right path and so on. Or you are driving, but someone hits you from behind. Now you have not made any mistake. It's just that someone came and hit you. Yes, of course, on a practical level, we may have to deal with it and ask that person to compensate and all that, etc. on a practical level. But still, if I have been hurted, I have been injured, that can't be undone. I have to suffer for that, right? I have to suffer for that. Therefore, rather than all, no, on a practical level, yes, that person's mistake and all that. But Prabhupada would also remind, if something happens to us, something goes wrong, we are also responsible because we may have done that to somebody else in the past. He may have done that to someone else in the past. Therefore, that may be coming back to me. So that is the second level of response. Devotee should also see that I am responsible. I am also responsible for whatever happens to me. For whatever happens to me, I am also responsible. This is taught in Bhagavatam and by Prabhupada also. Several times this comes, right? I am also responsible. Third is when things goes wrong, devotional response. That means I see that Krishna is also trying to teach me something and uh, help me to go ahead in my surrender, progress in my surrender. So you see we are taking a journey towards Krishna. Right? Krishna is always inspiring us to come close to him, but then sometimes we become complacent. Then the material energy with her threefold miseries like a trishul comes and tries to come so that we move faster. So if you see the both Krishna sends inspiration, encourages through devotee, through scriptures, through spiritual master, and material energy is trying to with her trident push us. So Krishna is trying to invite and material energy is trying to push. Direction is the same. They both are working for the same purpose. Right? Same purpose. So that we move faster towards Krishna. So therefore, when we look that probably there is something for me in this situation, Krishna has. He wants me to teach something and want me to make progress in my surrender. When we look towards Krishna, we will see, yes, this situation is also sent by Krishna and is for my benefit. Just like to give an example, Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur used to say, when people come and speak harsh words to you, no, there's no fault, someone comes and speak harsh words to you, so painful. He said, you should understand that Krishna is now giving you an opportunity to practice tolerance and equanimity. Because unless we practice, we don't develop. Just like people practice, goes in the gym and they develop muscles. These good qualities need to be practiced. Many Vaishnava qualities to develop. We develop them by rendering devotional service, but we also develop them by practicing them. So he used to say, think that Krishna is giving you opportunity to now practice and develop those Vaishnava virtues. Therefore, in every situation, look for Krishna's hand also, that is devotional response. So then, if we can do that, we will see that how that seemingly difficult situation, Lord Shiva says, when we turn to Krishna, that what is Krishna trying to teach me or bless me through this situation also. That vipatti becomes sampatti when we turn to Krishna. The nature of the whole situation changes. The threat becomes an opportunity. Liability becomes an asset. Whole thing changes. And our trust on Krishna will increase. So we need to keep that faith and pray to Krishna to reveal that in this situation, how do I enhance my surrender to you? How do I progress towards you? And Krishna will show if we have that attitude, devotional response. First is, but for the devotional response, we have to learn our own mistake and avoid the negativity of blaming others. Because if we have the strong negativity, we can't see Krishna's hand. So we have to have the practical response, but at the same time take the responsibility and not put the whole blame on others. So we have to deal with others and the situation, but not blaming others. And then we will be able to see Krishna's hand in that state of mind. Be able to see Krishna's hand, and then yes, Krishna indeed has sent this opportunity. This is actually seeming like a difficulty, but it's a great opportunity for me to progress. And then you'll be able to do that. Right? And our faith and trust in Krishna will then grow further. Right? Okay, so do we take another one question? Okay, Bharadwaj Prabhu.
Prabhuji, this question is from online, Vishakha Mataji.
Oh, okay.
So Mataji is asking, it is said in Bhagavad Gita that as we surrender, Krishna will reciprocate.
Yes.
Many times we see material benefits as Krishna's reciprocation.
Okay.
But what are true measures to perceive Krishna's reciprocation?
Okay. Hare Krishna. Who has asked this question?
Vishaka Mataji.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Vishaka Mataji, for this nice question. So, yes, at times, we tend to surrender to Krishna and we have some material desire. Krishna does fulfill the material desires. I remember there was one brahmachari who had joined and he once desired that, he has not eaten Puran Poli for a long time. He said, my mother used to make such nice Puran Poli. In ashram, we don't make Puran Polis in brahmachari ashram. So he desired to eat Puran Poli. And that day, some Mataji in Didi kitchen for the lordship, they have a Didi kitchen. She made some Puran Poli being inspired. That was offered. Another person took that Mahaprasad and brought to this devotee. Right? And he was amazed, He didn't say anything to anyone. He had just desired to eat Puran Poli. And Krishna arranged, inspired someone to cook and offered to him. And someone to pick up that prasad and brought to this. This person was surprised, his gratitude toward Krishna increased. But yes, so this is one level of Krishna's reciprocation. But actually we should understand, this is not his highest mercy. To encourage at the beginning level, Krishna will fulfill material desires. So we should not feel, Krishna, this is highest mercy. This is mercy, no doubt. But it's greater mercy when he frees us from the desire to have Puran Poli. And serve him, And when we desire to serve him, then how much we can increase his service, will be amazed how we can become instrument. Like Prabhupada, just see the miracle he witnessed at every step to serve Krishna, how he expanded his service to Krishna. So then we'll be amazed when our service becomes selfless. Krishna's empowerment, reciprocation is much, much more. So that's one level of reciprocation when Krishna does fulfill material desires at the beginning level. But actually when we desire to serve Krishna and progress towards him, how much more he does that. The reciprocation is much greater. The empowerment is much greater. And that we have to make that journey and progress on that path. Does it answer the question? Okay, so you can check out. So I think it's already 8 o'clock. Unless someone wants to share something, ask something, we can conclude. It's a good time to conclude. You all must be hungry also, long day for you also. Working day today and then coming back from your work and other things. So it will be good that we can conclude over here. Okay, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So once again, my gratitude to all of you for coming this evening. At very short notice, Amrish Maharaj Prabhu organized all that, right? He's already struggling with the temple land and all that. And on the top, hosting me also. That's also not easy. To host a guest is not easy. To host a sadhu is not easy. I am not sadhu, but still, to host somebody at a very short notice. I just messaged him 2 or 3 days back only that my flight to Abu Dhabi is almost cancelled. They were declaring Etihad flight. They're all getting cancelled. So if you wish, I can change my itinerary and fly out of Wellington to Australia and then go back to India. So Amrish Maharaj Prabhu, again it added pressure upon him to manage all that, organize programs and all that. But he is a surrendered soul. Yes, so I am really very grateful that you still managed in spite of so many other things. They just came back from India trip and then managing all the things over here in relation to the new property and still also managing my visit. That's not easy. But yes, difficult things also become easy. And there's another verse which says that by the mercy of the Lord, when we surrender, difficult things become easy. And easy things could become difficult sometimes. Other ways also could happen. Right? So that is all by the mercy of the Lord which comes through our surrender. So therefore, please, for most important actionable item for us is we remember initiation vows, which is, and I actually once asked His Holiness Jayadvaita Swami Maharaj, I said, Maharaj, you have been now we are celebrating ISKCON 60 this year. ISKCON has been registered in 1966. This is 2026, 60th year of ISKCON. When the conclusion of 50 years, and Jadavit Maharaj joined the same year ISKCON was formed. So I told Maharaj, you have been serving so steadily without any distraction and deviation for 50 years, not a small thing. What is the secret of a success? I asked Jadavit Swami Maharaj. And he said, he just repeated his initiation vows. Chant 16 rounds, follow 4 executive principles, and be in the mood of a servant of the servant of the servant, like an instrument in the hand of Guru and Krishna. He just repeated his initiation vows, right? So therefore, empowerment comes by how we surrender to our initiation vows. It's our sacred duty, most important duty, and things will unfold when we do that. Hare Krishna. So once again, my deep gratitude to all of you for coming this evening. Jai Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Shyam Sundar ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maiya ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna.
Damodar prabhuji ki.